Excellent. Well, welcome to session 0 part 2, or session 1. It's the second tutorial. So our first tutorial was basically about, like, equivalent to raiding. It wasn't really a full raid, but going outside and kind of doing stuff in the world is what the first one was supposed to show you, like, the basic rules. This one will show you a bit more about dungeon building and downtime actions. And what, like, drawbacks / calamities can look like. So there's a lot of different sections to this one, but kind of like that they divided it into two. It's an easier way to kind of introduce everything. So for this part here, I'm gonna be using turn order because it just makes things easier. So, also let me get the rooms for you all. Make it a little easier too. For the last group, I snipped it into the chat so you all can see exactly what you have options for. Where are the tier 1 room lists? Warden tier. Doobadoo. Oh, I guess we could talk about that stuff first, actually. That would really help, too. I haven't grabbed it yet. I don't know why I'm having a hard time finding the list when I found it so easy last time.
Couldn't you just steal it from the other chat?
Yeah, that might be the easiest way to...
Just steal everything from them.
Yeah. Copy image to this chat. Wham.
Wham.
And then... copy image to this chat. Wham.
Oh, wow.
And then copy image to this chat. Bam. Okay. So we only need to worry about the tier 1 and 2 rooms and structures at the moment.
Okay.
But we'll start with the very beginning of the dungeon. So, your dungeon, what we know so far is that it's behind a waterfall.
Nice.
Your entrance is behind a waterfall. Next we had to describe what the, like, floors and walls, like, the material of this dungeon, what is it made of? Is it, like, just cavernous rock? Is it, like, a mossy cobblestone? Is it, like a magical obsidian or a marble? Like, what is your dungeon made of?
Do we have to pick between certain things? Can we make it out of clouds or something like that?
I feel like it would be kind of hard to stack clouds, but...
Yeah, no, just being silly.
But you could come
I'm
up with
fine
something
just,
unique, yeah.
Just rock or something, but marble sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, what if it was like marble with little veins of sapphire through it?
It's solid gold, and we can mine it.
I just like the idea of glowing blue stuff. That's all. That's why I'm like, ooh, sapphire veins.
That would look really cool, especially behind a waterfall, right?
Yeah.
Right.
How about marble with, like, lapis veins? Because I think lapis shines, and it's not quite as
Yes,
valuable.
lapis.
So adventurers won't just dig out your dungeon.
That's a good point. Lapis veins.
Steal our golden door and leave.
Yeah, exactly. Just, okay, we're done with this dungeon.
There's got to be, like, a little bit of moss in there, don't you think? You know, with, like, the waterfall being right there.
Oh yeah, I would think definitely closer to the entrance there would definitely be a lot of moss because there's that moisture of being able to breed that life.
Yeah.
Puddles
So,
and stuff.
I would say as further you go in, less moss though.
Yeah. The next step is lighting. How is this dungeon lit? Is it lit, like, with torches? Is it lit with crystals? Is it lit with fungus? Is it, like, how do you want to have the lights of your dungeon?
Ooh,
Can we have it not be lit at all?
Yes.
Carry torches or magical.
You could technically make it entirely dark. if you wanted to.
Well, I can't see in the dark like that. I mean, I guess I can see in the dark water, so I guess what's to say I can't see in the dark?
Or you could just make it that like the lapis veins themselves give off an eerie glow.
Yes! Yeah, let's do that. Please?
Eerie glow. Sounds good.
Yeah, nice blue eerie glow through the whole place. Oh, that'd be so gorge.
Yeah, it would look like reflecting off of water, but there's no water there.
Yeah.
Exactly! Yes!
This is like those, I don't know if you've seen those Reddit posts where it's like, how do you want your staircase built? Lethally. And it's just like, you can't see the stairs. It's gonna be the same thing. They won't see the water puddles because it'll all look like water.
Yes, and then they accidentally fall in, and then my chompers eat them.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, next is atmospherics. What kind of sounds and smells greet those who enter your dungeon? So, like, obviously you talked about it being, like, moist at least near the entrance, but that can be, like, a misty kind of moistness could be throughout the dungeon if you want. Or,
because there is fresh water constantly flowing, so it's not going to smell stagnant or anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You can make it smell, like, what kind of water is it? You can make it smell, like, really salty in here, too, if you wanted.
How would it smell salty if it's a fresh waterfall?
Well, I mean, it should be fresh water, but technically we haven't established whether it's fresh water or not.
We just artificially salt the water.
Yeah. Or maybe the
purpose of our dungeon.
Or maybe the rocks above your dungeon are salt rocks, you know?
Oh, and like then the water that gets on it drips down and salts the water around.
Yeah.
That could be nice.
Yeah, this is for any sort of atmospheric stuff too. Like you could even do an atmospheric thing like for example, like you always hear dripping echoing through the dungeon, or you always hear like water echoing through the dungeon kind of thing.
Yeah, I definitely think it should have the sound of water kind of constantly since waterfall.
Yeah. Yeah, really leaning into the whole water side of things.
If you guys have different opinions, please feel free to speak up. I really like water stuff, but then again, I'm a fish.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy about water, but as long as I'm not in it, I'm fine. And if it's not like actually water, it just looks like water, then that's fine.
Another atmospheric thing could be like considering you're a drider, a lot of cobwebs and stuff could be throughout this dungeon if you want to, or like.
I was thinking like maybe hallways or something we could pre-web, and like especially anything specific to me would be webby.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. We are going to be able to add traps and stuff later, so that could be a good
webby hallway.
Maybe you hear the occasional skitter in the distance, echoing off the walls.
Skittering around.
Yeah, like that.
Excellent, excellent. And then what makes up the piles of your treasure hoard? What do each of you want to have your hoard be made of? Like, obviously gold and stuff is nice, but like, do you want to also collect artifacts or books or clothing, or like, what would you all put in your? What would you consider a hoard?
I like shiny stuff, like gems and just pretty metals. I know gold is pretty metal, but I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like shiny pretty.
Yeah, gems would be good.
Because then my personal hoard, though, is meat.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I carry meat.
Yeah.
But what I like to collect, I would say, is probably like gems and maybe jewelry. Just pretty shiny stuff.
Yeah. So mostly like gems and gold would be the hoard you guys would keep?
At least for me, what I would want to collect. What about you guys?
So yeah, I've been kind of thinking about that and related things. It's like my idea for this character was like, I don't care about any of that, right? I just want my one book and my secrets, my knowledge. But I don't know if that's really a hoard of knowledge makes sense. And I guess even like in our last session, it didn't seem like I had many options in combat either. So I'm not sure where this is going to go, but I think
that's
I'm going
fair.
to just say books. I'm good with
Books?
thinking like that's my hoard. Rare books, texts,
Yeah.
tomes, that kind of thing.
Or books and tomes. I mean, that makes sense. There'd probably be a lot of information in those. So.
Yeah.
Might be nice if we also hoard like incense and stuff, like things that smell nice.
Spices and herbs, basically. Herbs
Yeah.
and spices. Those are considered valuable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they've like ripped apart plenty of countries for spices and stuff. And
then
also, it's great for curing meat and making it taste good.
And then they didn't even use the spices on their own food.
I know!
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent.
So
Oh,
I also vote for spices.
I will be half a second. I gotta grab my D6s. I have some IRL ones to mess around with. But I guess I can use the in-game ones now.
Why would you
now
want to
they're
do
3D on the
that?
table. But I've got this dice set that I got for birthday a little while ago, and it's a Beholder dice set, so it has like the floating eyeballs inside of the dice.
Nice.
It's really cool. Yeah, let me... Here, I'll roll 2d6 on here. Then it'll look fancy. Excellent.
Seems great.
1 and a 2.
That doesn't sound like it's good.
Yeah. Practice roll.
Excellent. So your imps are going to be clever and cowardly. Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, so every dungeon draws in imps. And they always start with 2 kind of main impulses. So imps that are clever are smarter than your average imp, which still isn't very smart, but smarter than your average imp. And cowardly just means they'll avoid confrontation / combat as much as possible. So
Well, yeah, because they're smart enough to run away from a fight that's going to get them killed.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nice.
So it's not a bad combo. Excellent. So as you guys are starting to build up and establish your dungeon here, exploring it a little bit, maybe after spending some time in your rooms, you're able to see that there are some little imps going around and cleaning up your dungeon, trying to keep the sanctum nice and spotless, even though there's like water and moss. They make sure to clean it all out.
Oh, the imp looks like a salamander.
Yeah, they're little adorable little creatures.
I love them.
Every time you all walk by, though, they definitely like kind of look away or duck their head and definitely intimidated by your presence.
So cute.
Yeah.
I'd want one as
A little afraid of asking, but how edible are these?
So as weird as it is, they do actually talk about like abusing the imps and that kind of stuff to deal with your urges. So like people that have the cruel and stuff like that, and you can do all that. But imps don't provide any sustenance. Like what's it called? They like vanish from this plane of existence if they die, and then they reappear. So it's kind of like you can be cruel to them and you can do whatever you want with them, but they'll just kind of keep disappearing and new ones will reappear. So they're just here to be dungeon builders and helpers, and none of them can speak light or dark tongue. They can understand what you guys want because the crystal basically tells them what you guys want. But having a conversation with them would be like nigh impossible. You'd be talking to them, they'd be like,
have it as a teacup chihuahua that goes inside of my purse that I just have as a pet. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Snickerdoodle, and I love him very much.
And then you'd take him out of the dungeon, and he would vanish and reappear in the dungeon.
No, he'll get a posh little bed in my little room, and I will, I will pet him and just basically fawn over him. He's my. One of these imps is going to become Mr. Snuckerdoodle.
One of these imps is not like the others. One of these imps is Mr. Snuckerdoodle.
Mm-hmm. He's more important than the other imps.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, the rest of them don't matter.
Yeah.
I
Do they all
still
look
think
the
the
same?
others are cute,
They
but
do all
he's
look
my
the same, yeah.
personal imp.
You're gonna have to like mark him somehow. Maybe a
He's gonna
collar or
have
a
a
hat.
exactly. I'm gonna put a little
Goodness.
collar on him, and it's gonna have a little bell, so I always know where he is.
Excellent, excellent.
Poor guy.
Yeah. I mean, he'd probably be too terrified to do anything about it. So.
Listen, I will never do anything mean to Mr. Snickerdoodle. I have my chompers to be mean to.
That's
He
fair.
will get all of my love and affection. He will be the
excellent.
most pampered. He'll even get some of the good meat.
I did begin combat, right? Perfect. Okay. So now that the basics of the dungeon are established, now we have to start building said dungeon. So, the reason I did a turn order is because we're basically going to go from top to bottom of turn order, and then bottom to top of the turn order. So whoever goes first is also going to go last, if that makes sense. That way, like, no one gets a bit of a advantage or anything.
Yeah.
Excellent. So everyone here, in turn order, is first going to be able to pick a tier 1 room and a tier 2 room to add to the dungeon. So, Stitches actually gets to go first.
Ooh.
So from that list of tier 1 and tier 2 rooms and structures, what would you like to add to the dungeon? The easiest start is usually adding something to the left of the inner sanctum, but
Okay. Where's like the, I don't know, entrance / exit to the inner sanctum? Is it that on the right there?
So those 5 circles are your rooms.
Right.
So technically you can put it anywhere. I can change where the room, like, things are located if you want to go right or down or something instead of to the left.
Okay.
But
Where's
generally,
our waterfall?
The waterfall will be wherever we end up making the entrance. So, like, once we get to the
I see.
dungeon's magical, it can keep itself, which is kind of nice. Which is also important for the future in case you guys need to, like, shift things around to, you know, fit another chamber in. The dungeon can manipulate itself, so you can move parts of it around.
Right on.
That's useful.
Yeah.
Just looking through the options here. I don't know. I'm thinking almost like a minor room and then a guard post at the end of it. Get a little bit of dungeon defense going.
Okie dokie. Oh, something else I should mention. Sorry, we did this with the other party too. In case, because hallways are kind of important for this too, and in case people want to, like, plan things together. So, like, example, if you want to do the guard post, you might not want to put that right next to your dungeon heart. You probably want to put that closer to the end, so you can hold on to that guard post until someone else has finished their turn. So that way you can put it further out in the dungeon.
Are we building this, like, from the back?
Yeah, you're building it from
Basically.
the end
Oh,
toward
I
the
get it.
beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we don't want people to ever get to here.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
the goal of all adventures, is to destroy this dungeon heart.
Right on.
And as Wicked Ones, when a dungeon's being attacked, you aren't allowed to leave your inner sanctum, because it would show a sign of weakness to all your minions. So,
Oh, grand.
yeah. Your minions can go help fight, but, like, unless the adventurers actually reach the inner sanctum, you're supposed to, you know, be like, haha, we're too evil, we can't be bothered with it, kind of thing. Or it's beneath us. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, maybe I'll hold on to the guard post then, but I think I do want to make a minor room just to the left of our inner sanctum there.
Okay, minor room. Excellent.
Yeah.
So
Just have to describe it a little bit, huh?
I guess it would be
Maybe
like attached, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe some of the water's leaking into this room here, you know? Like you got little pools of water that our minions can go relax in when they want. You know, it's a little cold though, little damp, but otherwise, nice place for our minions to hang out.
Excellent.
Nice. Yeah.
Water leaking. Excellent. Okie dokie. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's a nice little bathing place.
so you've chosen
Slash
guard
relaxing.
post, but you're gonna hold on to it, so that's fair. So Brielle or Malvin gets to go next.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oops.
I suppose we need a long tunnel now, because we don't want, it
Yes.
to be like very short going. So we need a long tunnel.
Also, keep in mind you guys can do branching things. So, like, if you do one long tunnel, someone could put another long tunnel like perpendicular to it to make different paths.
Mm-hmm.
The maximum we can go is 6 squares for a long tunnel. So, do you want it like max length?
Probably max length. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And do you want a door at the end of the tunnel leading to that room, or do you want it open?
Doors are good because you can lock them.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the tier 2, so give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. I love this like dungeon building program. It's so handy for like quickly plotting out a dungeon.
Maybe a minion lair. So then we also just have a group of minions that are kind of least close to this little bathing / relax area.
Where would you like the minion layer to be attached? Would you like it like attached to the bathing area, or would you like it attached to the hallway?
I'd like it attached more to the hallway. So then, like, if someone was coming in, the minions that are inside the little minion layer could be like, ah! And go jump in the hallway and go, ba 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 ba.
So something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Do you want it to have a door, or do you want it to be open so they can...
Probably so they can hear someone immediately that comes in the hallway, keep it no door.
Okay.
Because then they're like, hold on, I heard something, and can immediately dash out without the door muffling any sound.
Excellent. Minion layer. Ooh. Wait, I spelled layer wrong. That's the wrong kind of layer. Excellent, excellent. Cool. So that'll allow... So each of you can technically have one minion that can stay with you guys. So, for example, your chompers can stay in your room. It doesn't need its own minion layer.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, every minion that you hire needs their own minion layer. So you'll have to start building minion layers if you want more minions in your dungeon. So it's good that you have one already, because like when you guys hire some mercenaries or some minions, they'll need a spot to stay.
Mm-hmm. Apparently I need to give it 2 atmospheric traits.
Yeah, so you can either use ones
Oh,
that
no,
we've
that's
already...
a minor room. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong word.
Yeah. I was gonna say, usually
but
the
it
main
does say
rooms...
also give it atmospheric trait.
Yeah. So like you can change basically the rooms. If you don't give any, we just assume it's the same as the rest of dungeon. So like it would be marble, it would have that glowing lapis, and it would have like the skittering sounds and water dripping sounds in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's fine. With just, it's a layer, so I assume there's like beds and stuff to keep them comfy.
Yeah.
When they're sleeping.
I'm hoping to build out some of these in Dungeon Alchemist after the fact, to actually make them look a little bit better. So,
ooh,
like once we've mapped
so
it out, yeah. So that should be good. So that was your 2. Okay, so then Alexander next.
Okay. So. I'm thinking another long tunnel somewhere. Can we put it? Can I put it like this? Can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
What I've done there?
Oh, do you want to like extend it this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep
Like this
going
one.
down, maybe?
Like that?
Yes.
A very long tunnel. They're gonna have to run straight through the tunnel.
Yeah, that way it bottlenecks them in.
Yeah, and hoping we can get some traps in there at some point. The minion layer. So I do want to throw in a prison, I think. Would it make sense to attach that to a minion layer? Can the
Oh,
minions do
interesting.
anything with that? Do they need like a prison guard?
So the prison doesn't, mainly because the imps will also like do things like that. Because the imps are always patrolling your dungeon. Although your imps are cowardly, so that might be a slight detriment, but you know. But yeah, no, the prison's more so for you all to be able to interact with, so you might want it closer to your inner sanctum.
Okay.
But at the same time, you know, if someone breaks out of the prison, being close to your inner sanctum could be a downside. So
Okay. So I
Yeah.
think I'd like to have it attached to the minion layer.
okay,
Maybe just like right in here.
that side okay.
If I can do that. My hallway
Yeah.
doesn't have to be connected to it, does it?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah.
And I assume you
So we
want a
don't
door
want
on the
people.
prison.
Yeah.
And also, at least then if someone does escape, they're immediately met with a bunch of minions. So
Yeah.
potentially they'll get
Yeah.
pushed right back in.
Yeah. We don't want them escaping and telling the secrets of our base here.
Yeah, exactly. They got a long way out after like whatever else we build in the dungeon. Darn, I was hoping Gurlina would be here by now.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do
We
we
maybe
want?
put down like some placeholder rooms that they can make
Yeah.
into what they want later.
What are you all missing for tier 2 still? You got a minion layer, we got a prison, we know a guard post is planned. So torture chamber will be the last one, and I can totally picture her taking a torture chamber. So
Right.
maybe
Might be good to maybe have a stairway so then there's like 2 levels.
you could do that. You won't have enough materials to build the second level right now. So
never
it might
mind
be
then.
worth adding another hallway or a secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
I mean, even if the group can agree on it too, we can always keep continuing and then just give them some stuff when they get back to or when they hop in.
Yeah, if they want to make changes, I'm fine with that. Like this isn't
Yeah, exactly.
like it has to be this way or I'll be upset kind of thing.
Yeah, we're just chucking stuff in here.
Oh, and there'll be more changes as the game goes on too. Like during downtime, you'll be able to pay to have your minions dig out more areas and stuff too, and build more room. So
cool.
Okie dokie. So I guess, do you want to invest in stairs already, or do you want to do another tunnel / crawlway? So crawlway is basically a tunnel that like is hard for bigger creatures to move through, which could unfortunately be hard for you guys to move through too. So
yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of that, but as long as there's an alternate path, I mean, I can make do with that just fine.
Yeah.
Is that something where we could like force adventurers through the crawl space? Like if we had, one like a secret entrance somewhere?
Yes, yeah, you could do a secret tunnel for you all, and then do a crawl space for the adventurers. That's a possibility.
Ooh, I like that idea.
I'm going to fill it with webs.
Oh, just make it awful. I like that idea. So I guess what you could do then is, if you want to, Nah, what would be the best way to set it up? I guess you could deal with the crawl space for now, then build your secret tunnel after if you want. try and deal with going in and out of your own crawl space for the moment.
I
Just
mean,
be
thankfully
miserable
I'm
for a
small,
bit.
so it won't be that big a deal, but
Yeah, Alexander's gonna be stuck in their room until the minions dig out a little more. I mean, that wouldn't be too hard, but
I can pray or something in there. All good.
but is that what we want to do? A crawl space somewhere?
sure.
I'm all for that.
Would you like to branch off of this tunnel here,
Oh,
like go
yeah,
north
we
or
should do that.
south? Because I assume the crawl space is going to lead closer to your entrance. But
We should do it like right here.
so it's
Make
kind of
that
like,
like a crossroads thing.
do you want to go all the way through? Because it can be 6 tiles long, and then you basically get a plus, or do you want to just go north?
Yeah, I vote for the cross.
Cross? Okay.
Adventure is something to think about when they're coming in.
Mm-hmm. Like, is it left or right? Well, if you go the wrong direction, you're gonna fall into a pit.
A crawl space. Lovely. Excellent. And then we just had to pick a spot for a torture chamber and a guard post then.
Oh, maybe. What if we just stick the guard post at the end of the crawl space here, like the north one?
So the guard post is like, so the entrance guard post and then crawl space that they have to go through. Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay. And then, so the entrance would be right here. Perfect.
Oh yeah, because when the ventures come in, they come immediately. The guard post, you have to fight through it, and then try to get through the crawl space.
Excellent. Perfect. And your crawl space there, and then torture chamber. Where would you like a torture chamber?
I feel like maybe that should be attached to the prison. That seems to
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Do you want it under the minion layer or like under your sanctum? Or below the prison? It's also an option.
Right in here.
That's it?
Yeah, have a little squiggly path.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know.
More doors on that?
All
many
the doors.
You could leave it open so the prisoners can hear the awful screams going on inside.
I suppose that's fair.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it just means
I
that the prisoners better learn how to behave, or they're going to end up in the torture chamber where they get screamed.
But maybe they would be more willing to divulge information if they thought they weren't about to be tortured.
That's true.
Whatever, leave it open.
I was gonna say that, or
They'll figure it out.
we can use your tier 1 trick that you guys are gonna get next to make it a secret door. Instead of a regular door.
Ooh. Yeah, so then the prisoners don't even know it's there until, but damn, we're taking them in.
That sounds good.
Mhm.
Sounds cool.
Excellent. Secret door.
Secret door.
Torture chamber. Excellent. Cool. Okay. So we'll say that the secret door is the trick from Tart Milady then, so we can keep moving back up. Now is where I have to figure out what everyone's gonna get then.
What are we getting?
Okay. So next we have a tier 1 trap. So Alexander, where would you like to put a tier 1 trap? And you can choose where you wanna.
What is a tier 1 trap?
So that could be anything from like a pitfall to a spike trap to
Is this something that we have to watch out for as well? Can it hurt us?
No. Your minions and stuff will know where it is and what it is. So, like this could also be your webbing if you want that to be your tier 1 trap through the.
Yeah, put it all through that crawl space that they have to go through after the guard post.
I was thinking that seems like a good spot for it, but maybe we
Mhm.
want the trap earlier to soften them up for the guard post. Is that a thing? Do we need to have a hallway there already?
Well, you could have a trap in your entrance. I don't see why not. I'll just make the entrance a little bigger so we can show it off. Yeah, like that. So you want the webbing to be like covering the entrance, so as they get into the guard post, it's. Or do you
Are we
want
going to be able to
something
get
else?
more traps later on?
Yes, tier 1 traps are something you can build in your downtime.
Okay. So
In
yeah,
order-
I'm
In
thinking
order to build
at the
higher tier
beginning.
traps, though, you need like an alchemy laboratory. So
Fair enough. Yeah, so at the beginning, before the guard post, as they come in, if it's all webby there, would they be slowed or something when the guards come out to take them out?
yeah, I'll have to give them a debuff for going through there.
Right on. I think that makes sense. I like
There's
that.
always a chance that they'll somehow avoid the trap because there's always like a luck roll that adventurers get, but still, that's a chance of that actually happening are kind of. Okay. Oops, that's not what I want to do.
Oops.
I want the writing. Yeah. T1 webs. Oop. Oh my.
And a little hiccup.
And there's our entrance staircase, or whatever it is, waterfall. Woo!
Water base.
Excellent. Okay, so then we're all the way back up to Melvin.
We're back to me.
So you get to add boop-a-doop-a-doo, a tier 1 creature layer.
Ooh.
So we get to pick a spot somewhere attached to the dungeon where your imps are going to dig into a creature's lair. So this will be an animalistic creature. It's not a minion. It's like it's going to do its own thing and kind of just live in the dungeon. But it will help defend your dungeon because obviously it's its home as well. So
Okay. Maybe it should be then here.
the left, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That's a really good
Because
spot.
they manage in through, all of a sudden it sees them, wha, and then they can get shut off here, wha, and then bam, 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 bam. I hope that made sense.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that was all sound effects, but yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Well, I know you guys can see my mouth, so it made sense.
Yeah. That made all the sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to make the creature layers are supposed to be like carved into the terrain, so I'm trying to make it look a little bit. Oh, it's not simple enough. The game's like, your polygons are too complicated. It's like, I'm sorry, I want it to look cool.
How dare you? Also, I have a vote on what our sea critter should be. Or, I mean, our monster critter should be.
I wonder what that is.
No, that's fair.
I want a water drake.
Cool.
Excellent. Well, if that's the case, hold on a second. Let me.
Gotta make it bigger for them to have enough wawa to swim around in.
Okay. Well,
Should be a big like underground lake in there that he can crawl out of.
So
Yeah.
for I mean, we could do that. So I rolled for chasm, as your natural feature. So there could be a chasm running through your dungeon, or nearby. So we could instead make that like a flooded one, right? Like it's a deep, like a deep water source.
Yeah. Obviously, if you guys don't like the idea too, you guys are more welcome also to give a vote. I don't want to feel like I'm taking it all over.
Oh, that sounds really cool. I know my character doesn't like water all that much, but I'm not going to go over there anyway, so. And it sounds cool, so I'm on board.
Yay!
There you go. So there's a river going through this area. It's really deep, or like a chasm of water in this area. And we'll have your creature in here. Where's my pencil? Oh, sorry. What did we want the creature to be again? Water drake.
I was thinking like a water drake, like how we had in that other game. How there's that big old water drake. I want it.
Yeah, that'll work because those were a little like because it can't be too strong because it's a tier 1 creature, but like we can definitely have like the pup version from like Abomination Vaults.
Yeah, it's like it's not fully grown yet, but it's still like
Yeah.
Perfect.
And as it gets bigger and older, it'll become more of a threat.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to think of a name for the water drake.
Features folder and a minions folder. Okay. Gotta add more stuff now. There's only one of those. Race. It's fine. I can't really put that in yet. That's alright. And let's get a token in here.
Water drake.
Token. We're gonna see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of weird that the Abomination Vaults doesn't really have all the tokens in there right at the bat. There we go. Assets.
And we'll all have to vote on a name for him. Or her. I don't know.
Tom.
It's so unassuming. I love it.
Tom?
Just Tom.
What do you expect?
It makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah.
Who would think about Tom?
Oh.
This big giant monster we just referred to as stupid name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking snap peas, but Tom is also very funny.
Gosh, what was... I'm trying to remember what this thing was.
Or sugar snap, because of sugar snap pea. That's what I was thinking, but Tom is also fun.
Wasn't the Morlocks? Wasn't that?
I know there was an icon for it, because I remember us poking our head in it, looking at it, be like, no thanks.
Yeah. Maybe it's part of the chapter 1 set. Tangletop. It's not the Mitflit. It's not Mr. Beak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in chapter 3. I got so many of these, it's kind of like...
Quite a bit on the... It was like quite a lower floor, I thought, ish.
Weird. Okay, let me dig through the bestiary then. It's gonna take a little bit for me to find this thing, but that's alright. Gives everyone a little bit of time to think about more stuff to add. Portraits. Iconic. Breaks, there we go.
Uh-oh. What is this?
Ooh. I kind of like that a little better. You know what? I'm going to use that one instead.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, too bad. I'm not ready yet.
Aww.
And the size has to be that and that. Perfect. Boop. Excellent.
Ooh.
A little danger noodle.
Oh, look at him.
Looks like
So cute.
Tom.
Yep, there's Tom.
Oh boy.
He got a big rock to perch on whenever he's not in the water.
Excellent. And 2 more secondaries. So it's good at that. It's good at that. It's good at that. Excellent. So it's a pretty tough creature there. It's gonna be in the water.
Perfect.
Julio. Sorry, I got a little weird. A donation just popped up on the side. I guess someone's on Ko-Fi. Okay. So that's the water drake, and then the last one is Stitches. So unfortunately, you got the lock. So you get to pick
Okay.
something in this dungeon to get a tier 1 locking mechanism.
Oh. What does that do?
It basically is just an additional check adventurers have to do to get through an area. So, like, if you lock a door or if you lock a trap, you can add additional difficulty to a trap.
Can we add in a door?
Yeah. Where do you want to
put a door right here. They might turn around and go in the water drake if they can't get through.
Oh, I see. Block off that hallway. Do you want it, like, right here? Like, right on the hallway edge? Or do you want it, like, a little bit back?
Well, I don't know, just an idea. I mean, you can put it wherever you want. A lock on the prison sounds smart, or maybe our main sanctum even, but
Well, yeah, adding a door, though, is not the same as putting a lock on it.
throwing out some ideas.
What if we put like a door right in the middle here? That way, if we want to put more traps later, we could like put it in front of this door.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
slow them
true.
down even more.
A little space.
Nice.
Not a bad idea. Do you want it here or do you want one further back so you have a little bit more room?
Oh yeah, one further back, and then I'll lock it.
That has a tier
Put
1
a door
lock on it.
everywhere.
Honestly, yeah.
Hallway full of doors.
Tier 1 lock. Excellent.
You just get so tired of opening them. The one at the very end will have a trap and they won't expect it.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent. And the trick was a secret door. Okay, perfect. I think that's all the stuff there. Now, what's the next step? Next step is to all decide on a tier 3 room. So this will be the first tier 3 room that your dungeon gets. It's going to be incomplete, so you won't be able to use it right away. But it'll already be dug out for you, so you can start working on it.
Okay.
Obviously, you can build more tier 3 rooms in the future, but each tier 3 room gives you like a huge benefit to the dungeon. For example, if you have an academy, any minions you hire that have invoke as a primary action will immediately get to upgrade it to a higher invoking level. If you have a crucible, then you can start making more magic items or trick items. Greeneries for like alchemical supplies, and it can be filled with living plants, which are fun to harass adventurers.
And the room is considered a trap equal to your dungeon tier.
The library is interesting because it gives you key knowledge about the world. Basically, once per downtime, we can get an extra fact about the world established in the dungeon. So, like, you can learn a new thing about the world outside with it. Basically, you get to ask the GM something, and I get to tell you, like, a secret about the world kind of thing. The potion lab, obviously, is to brew potions. Normally, you can only brew a single tier 1 potion in a downtime. But with the potion lab, you can brew multiple, you can brew higher tiers, and minions can actually brew potions as well. The scrying pool lets you once per cycle actually like spy on an NPC or another faction or another group that you know about. So you can like kind of see what their clocks are, like what their ambitions are, get little hints like that. And the spawning chamber lets you more easily like grow and summon minions for your dungeon.
Hmm.
So I feel obligated to vote for library, even though it sounds really lame.
It's not the worst. It gives you some early information since you guys don't know a lot about the world.
Which wouldn't be a bad thing. I would say my only other vote would be potentially towards the greenery because I like the idea of a room being a trap.
That does sound nice.
What do you think? Stitches?
I'm looking at the potion lab. I don't know too much about how potions work and what kind of things we could make. But I like the idea of like stocking up on stuff and got a good source of water for our potions. So.
Yes. How does potion making work? Do we need materials for it?
So potion making, until you know what a potion is, you're brewing randomly at first. It's kind of like a learning process in a lot of video games where it's like once you've made the potion, you know how to make it for the future.
Yeah.
But it's a tinkering roll to make potions. I mean, it's also a good way to level up tinkering if you don't have it because, it's if you fail at a tinkering roll in your potion lab, you're just going to get nothing out of it. Like, it's not going to be a blowback kind of situation. So,
well, I definitely don't have.
I just have a list of potions basically. So when you're just experimenting, like I roll on a list of like I think it's like 70 potions or something to see what you get. So.
So the greenery also sounds really cool though. So we
If
can
we
like.
had... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, you're talking. Finish.
Oh, it'd be cool. I like the idea of having man-eating plants just like hanging around.
Yeah.
And we
does
would
sound
never
really
have to
cool.
worry about watering them.
Would we need materials from a greenery to make potions?
If you have a potion lab but not a greenery, you can't to make special potions. If you have a greenery, you can make special potions.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, it does seem like a greenery would fit well in this dungeon. Maybe it wouldn't necessarily be green, but lots of growing stuff makes sense.
Yeah. It'd have something in it.
Yeah,
Excellent.
we could. I like the greenery idea.
Cool.
I'm on board with greenery. It would be nice to have a library at some point, but that can be a future goal maybe.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, we could go for that next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
Tier
to have like more established.
Yeah. Tier 3 rooms aren't hard to start working on. The tricky part is they always need special stuff to complete them, like once you start working on them. So, for example, the greenery, you're going to start with, basically, this dungeon had a ruined greenery in it, but you'll need to get, like, some magical plants, and you'll need to get a way to generate sunlight to, like, actually get it to start working. So, like, that'll be one of our first raids, probably, is to try and get those materials.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But where would you like greenery? Tier 3 rooms are generally a little bigger.
It might be good to have it at the other end of the crawl space, just so then maybe adventurers will think, oh, this is probably if we go down this, it'll have something good, but then they accidentally go right into a trap room. At least that's my idea. Well, what does everyone else think?
Yeah, I'm good with kind of at the end of either of these hallways, I think.
Yeah, I was also thinking like at the end of the crawl space there.
Cool.
Okie
So the plan for these crawl spaces, are we going to be making like a proper entrance for me at some point? Is that our plan?
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm
Like a
just
Yes.
never leaving.
I
and
was
never
thinking at
checking
some
the
point we can maybe build like a secret tunnel that goes from like here to the guard post or something.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
a little secret entrance just for us to go through so we can get to the front without having to go through everything else.
Yeah. I'm
Can
thinking
we
even if you
build,
do a
like,
secret tunnel on this side, that'll probably...
oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. was thinking, can we build secret like staircases to go over the crawl space or something? Is that a thing?
Oh, that's an interesting idea. I mean, technically, yeah, you could go up a floor and then back down a floor.
Okay.
Um. Cool.
Secret, secret,
Um,
secret.
So does anyone have any gold? Do you guys have gold pieces?
I do.
got
I do.
So something you could do is you can add a tier 1 room by spending a gold. So like if you guys want to
Oh.
add that secret hallway, one of you could spend one of your gold hoard to get that secret hallway implemented already. Since I know that's kind of something you're almost guaranteed to work on.
Mhm.
So
Ooh.
if that's
I
ideal.
I'd be willing to spend my 1 gold for that, so then we can all easily get in and out instead of having to shrink through the crawl spaces. Like, I'm probably the smallest one out of us, so it's not as big of a deal for me, but still.
Nice. And then we have a gold left for me to spend on something as well.
Yeah, so let me get rid of my gold.
Keep in mind, gold is also useful for hiring minions, and right now you guys don't have any minions for your minion layer or your guard post, technically. So
I got choppers.
that's true. The chompers can definitely take a place in the guard post or something in the meantime.
Yeah, we can have some chompers there for now. They can earn their keep.
Yeah.
Thank you for investing that in gold.
You're
Don't have
welcome.
any.
Okay, so this is gonna go over top of this. So I will go like, how am I gonna design that?
I don't know. How are you going to design it?
Let me add some walls here. Okay, so it looks like it goes underneath of that section there. And then that's a secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
So how secret is it? And did editors find that?
So they can find it. So this game's a little more stickler on the rules. So like, unless they have a thief or something with them, they probably won't notice the secret area. But
Okay.
the secret areas in your dungeon are based on the tier of the dungeon. So right now your secret areas are tier 0 secret areas. But like as your dungeon levels up, they'll just become a tier 1 secret, then a tier 2 secret, and so on and so forth.
Hey, at least the secret tunnel, even if they did find it, they're not really bypassing too much, really. They still have to get through the guard post, and then it just bypasses the crawl space.
Yeah.
And could get them quickly to the greenery. But other than that, it's not like a quick shot to the inner sanctum.
That is true. But
So
also,
at least it's not too bad.
Yeah, we still
I
need
don't
to
know if I
establish a way for
see
you.
a
Yeah.
clear path for me to get out without using the crawl spaces.
I think we need to still, design a little bit. Unless
We'll
you want to
figure it out.
also have a door, like here going down, kind of thing.
So I can still fit through these crawl spaces, right? Or are they just too small for me?
Yeah, no, you can still fit through them. It's just a real struggle for you. Like, for medium creatures, it's a struggle. So a larger creature would be a.
Could we have something like just a pit here? Is it like in the future,
Yeah.
like a pit that goes down to like spikes or something, like a trap.
Yeah.
But then above that, there's like you can climb up this hole to the top of the waterfall or something.
Oh, I see.
Like I could just
That's a good
use my
idea. Yeah.
spiderness to get out.
Yeah, a side entrance. I like that, or a secret
Which is
entrance.
still dangerous for people to come in that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to bypass too much stuff.
No,
for
that's a
me.
good idea. Yeah. No, I like that. That's a good idea.
I don't know. For now, right, I'm fine with crawl spaces, but at some point I would like to address that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, or you just add more to your secret tunnel. Like you add a tunnel between here and the minion layer if you wanted to. But
Have a secret tunnel branch off from another secret tunnel.
Yeah, they'd have to double secret tunnel just to find the way in.
Secret, secret, secret.
But excellent.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So sorry. So who spent the gold on that?
I did.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Now, because this is the starting area and you have many less minions than the other party does, would you like to spend a gold to start with a group of minions, and I can attract a group of minions to your dungeon? Like roll on a
Yes.
table?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Just so you have something a little bit extra.
Oh, that's better.
Let's see. Okey doke. The greenery you have here, right?
Green.
Excellent. So I don't have a thing for him. That is fine. This guy gets that. I'm putting them together so it'll be kind of neat. Excellent. So these are. Ooh, okay. They get a mental edge too. That's kind of neat.
What's that mean?
So, this group is, or this creature is, I guess it's probably better to show you. Hold on a second. I just need to finish putting together its stats. And still. Go. Excellent. Does the token match? I know sometimes it doesn't match my tokens when I actually put the tokens in, which is kind of a pain in the butt.
We shall find out.
Yeah. Update the token. Okay, perfect.
I love you, Mr. Doodle.
There we go. So, new creature comes to your base. They are known as a faceless.
Oh.
Basically a minor doppelganger.
Cool.
Yeah. They're willing to work for you and stay in your dungeon if they get access to your greenery for making things. As soon as it's up and running.
I don't think that's a big deal.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Are we gonna tell them about the secret entrance?
No,
Yeah, you don't have to, yeah.
No, we're not.
They have to take the crawl
no, they
space.
they have to do the crawl space if they want it that bad.
Gotta
100%.
work for it.
Excellent. Oh, that's beautiful.
If they find it on their own, then good for them. But I don't need to.
Yeah.
Awkward conversation later.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, did we not mention that? Whoopsie doodle.
Okay, so we got your dungeon established. Now, part 2, which is my favorite part of this whole thing. As the imps have finished digging out your dungeon and are having a great time being afraid of the giant water drake that they just uncovered.
Ooh.
You hear something. Your crystal sends out almost like a psychic reverberation to you as you all head into the sanctum to see what appears to be a small adventuring party entering the dungeon.
Bastards.
You can hear through the crystal that they're following the trail of where their caravan went missing.
Oh no.
Oops.
Excellent. So now we're gonna do a dungeon raid. This is the tutorial dungeon raid, so don't worry too much. But this is gonna show us how this all kind of works. So each adventuring group has it's one token, because adventuring groups never normally split up unless there's like a specific reason. But you will all get to know, like, so this group has a large barbarian in the front. There appears to be a smaller humanoid with a robe on and a book. A human holding a map, and a human with a sword on their belt.
Oh.
So it's a group of 4. The barbarian's the only one that actually looks intimidating, though. You could assume the rest might be hirelings. Excellent. So going through the first area, I gotta do a fortune roll for the party. Excellent. Okay. So they are actually able to move through these webs without getting too entangled, which is very unfortunate. That doesn't usually... I don't usually roll that good on the first thing. But,
I'm trying.
yeah. But they run into your first guard post. So now we have to do some combat. So I'll have you handle your chompers, since they're there. So the chompers get to ambush them since you're on the defense. So you get to go first. What would you like your chompers to try and do to these various adventurers here?
Chop them.
You chop them.
Oh, excellent. Would you like to roll a smash, and which one are you going to try and go for? The barbarian, the chronicler, the swordsman, or the guide?
When people are lost, they do poorly. So probably we're gonna eat the guide first.
Excellent.
Do I do any modifiers or anything?
You can do a +1 since this turn you're jumping them. So.
Okay.
Mixed. Okay. You managed to injure the guide, but it's not enough to actually take him
Kill
out.
him.
He does drop his map as they bite onto his arm, though.
It's my map
excellent.
now.
Do you, well, there's a group of them. Do you want one of them to like be eating the map?
No,
Yeah.
give me that.
Just have one of the chompers be like, "Ooh, yummy," and eats the map.
Excellent. Cool. The barbarian is going to swing at these chompers. This is going to be the terrifying parts here.
Oh.
Okay, failure. Excellent. He's going to swing again.
Don't hurt my babies.
Excellent. They are now bloodied from the barbarian.
Okay.
The chronicler is going to step in. And he is going to try and assist the barbarian. Excellent. Your chompers are put to sleep by a sleep spell.
Okay.
Realizing they're no longer a threat, the barbarian's going to continue on.
Okay.
It's all over, guys. Good run.
The
Excellent.
water dragon, you know?
Okay. The chronicler and the guide have to leave their packs behind to fit through this crawl space. They come to an impasse. Which way would the party like them to go?
I'd like them to go
Save
towards
the
water drake.
Yeah, water drink.
Roger? Okay.
Save Storm.
Okay, then we roll a d6 to find out. They go toward the water drake.
Yay!
Idiots.
As they go into this room,
Eat 'em,
the drake
Tom!
sees them.
I hope he doesn't die.
Yeah, it could happen.
Oh, boy.
Luckily, creatures are replaceable, so you would just get a new water drake if you survive this. Excellent. The barbarian. Oh, the water drake gets to jump them because it was in the water. So the water drake gets to go first. Can use its skulk to jump out of the water at them. Ooh, a critical!
Ooh, critical!
It bites into the barbarian, just completely taking out one of their hearts, and whips around, knocking the guide into the water. Excellent. The guide is... You can see through the crystal, the guide hits the wall, falling unconscious, and goes under the water.
Yeah, bitch gonna drown.
Excellent. The barbarian lets out a roar. It starts swinging at this dragon. Engagement roll. It's now raging. Mixed. Okay. The barbarian's swinging wildly. It's able to break out of the grasp of the drake, but not do much damage. Second attack. The fact that barbarians get so many attacks is kind of ridiculous, honestly. Nice, a success. It stabs into the drake, bloodying it. The swordsman's gonna run up and try to follow up with the barbarian's attack. The swordsman manages to injure the drake, but also gets bit themselves. So the drake is going to try and flee into the water as it's injured. Leaving the party, one member down and 2 members gravely wounded.
Okay.
But realizing there's nothing else in here, they head back out into the hallway. Now which way would you like them to go? Because there's still 2 paths they haven't explored yet.
Well, the greenery's not currently a trap, right?
No, it's just an empty room at the moment.
Then I suppose we'd want them to go towards the minion layer so then the minions can hopefully take them out.
I guess so,
Excellent.
Yeah.
As they come
But
up
they
on
gotta
the
get through that
locked
2
door,
to 1 lock.
as they come up on the locked door, your minions hear something going on.
Nice.
They are able to prepare themselves before the barbarian gets through. And they get the initiative on this as well. The Faceless turns into the barbarian as he walks into the room.
Nice.
Ooh.
It's like a ditto.
Mixed results. Okay. The confusion catches them off guard. The swordsman doesn't really know what to do, and the chronicler stops as well. The barbarian is still currently raging, so they aren't intimidating by this clone of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But as they are the barbarian, let's do a fake barbarian smash. Okay. Well, the ones that are caught off guard are able to be hit by this. So he takes down the swordsman quickly while they're stunned by their shape. The barbarian, though, again, still unfazed. He's gonna start swinging at this thing. Wow, this barbarian's a boss. I'm a little terrified. Hey, missed. Okay. The barbarian doesn't manage to land the hit. Going for the second roll. Thank God he has 2 rolls. Still mixed result. Okay. This fight's gonna go on a little longer than I thought. I guess the chronicler's gonna try and deal with him. Maybe do a magic spell. Okay, yeah, there we go. He's got a bolt off. The Faceless is bloodied, but the Faceless gets to fight back again. Oh my gosh. He's only rolling 3D instead of 4D because he's not quite as good as the barbarian. Excellent. The Faceless is able to take out the mage that just injured it.
Nice.
Good.
But I assume the barbarian's gonna get him now, honestly. We'll see what happens here.
Is the barbarian all that's left now?
Yeah, there's just a barbarian left.
Okay.
Okay, the barbarian swings, doesn't land a hit.
Can we command the minion to try and knock him out instead of killing him? Is that a thing?
You could attempt to. That's definitely a possibility, except that this minion is now
Dead.
unconscious on the floor. Yeah.
Unconscious.
Oh no.
Yeah. The barbarian continues heading through the dungeon. Oh, they come to a path. I guess we gotta choose where they want to go either way. I mean, if you send them down, they'll see there's nothing there and come back. So it's kind of...
Maybe they'll just put themselves in prison.
Yeah. Let me roll. I can assume which way would get more time. Okay, they got it too. They're going toward the inner sanctum. He ignores the bathing room, and he comes through the door into your inner sanctum.
Oh no.
Now I need to add him to the combat order.
Mr.
Excellent.
Snickerdoodle better go hide.
Yep.
I gotta remember how I roll my initiative.
Excellent. Your initiative's just based off your, gosh, what was it? Finesse? Yeah, it's based off finesse. So Stitches and Brielle, technically either you could go first, but it just randomly chose Stitches.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. Let me change up the music a little bit here, make it a little more...
Intense.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you got like a cool spell that you can put him to sleep when you can throw him in our prison and make our first prisoner.
That's exactly what I was thinking, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I spend a stress, right, if I want to use one of my tier 1 abilities?
I don't think you do it tier 1. As long as it's your magic type. So if you're doing...
Oh, it's the Vahuna. It's like my patrons that I got from my patron. It's tier 1.
Oh, okay. All tonight. Yeah, it's just because generally it's the tier 2 and tier 3 spell paths that need stress. Because tier 1's usually your basic stuff, like cantrips almost.
Okay.
So if you're only doing tier 1, you should be fine without stressing yourself.
Perfect. Then I'm gonna try and put this barbarian to sleep, calm his rage, get him to settle down, take a nap on the floor.
Excellent.
Okay, so I will invoke magically then. Let's see, I want to use these guys. Right.
Ooh, excellent. So you got a mix there. So something good and something bad is gonna happen. So you see him nodding off a little bit, but he's able to kind of force his way through it. You assume it probably causes some sort of detriment, but it's not easily visible yet.
Okay.
Just for fairness sake, I'll let you know that he lost one of his moves for this turn.
Okay, nice.
Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way, too.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okie doke. Then Brielle.
Okay. Let me...
I should be using
Open.
Slizik instead of Stitches when I do that, but that's alright.
It's okay. I've been saying Stitches too because I am silly. Okay, so I'd like to spend some stress so then I can activate Thrill of the Hunt.
Okay. Excellent.
How many stress would that be spending?
And then down against this. So spend stress. So usually spending stress is 1 or 2, so we'll make it 1. Since you're pretty stressed already.
Okay, so that gives me at least a plus effect. And I want to, basically try to pin him down. Why can I tell? Oh, the game is
Oh.
paused. I can't move my character.
There you go. I fixed it.
Yeah, because I was thinking basically she's gonna charge and try to like grab at him to try to kind of like get him in a lock, so she can then later pin him down to the ground.
Sure. So that would probably either be... I guess you could use Finesse or Skulk for that, depending on how you're trying to lock them down.
I mean, he can see me, so I don't think it'd be sneakily, but precisely, I would say. So effect goes up to strong.
Yeah.
And I don't think I get a modifier, yeah?
No. Not for... This guy knew there were monsters in here.
Okay, we're gonna hope that this works. Pretty please. Boop.
You got this.
Hey, a success! Excellent.
Yay!
However, we're gonna learn a thing about adventurers right now.
No!
Adventurers can do defensive moves. So he also succeeded.
No!
So you armbar him, but he reverses it, getting out.
WWE style stuff. going on.
This is bullshit.
It's pretty brutal. Adventurers are really dangerous. This is a tier 1 adventure, but...
Well, I know we wanted him prisoner, so I was hoping if I could pin him, then we could, like, spray him with weapon, and then we could carry him off to our prison.
No, that's fair. He does have to use one of his moves to do that as well, so... So you have removed a resource from him, even though you didn't armbar him.
Okay. Alright, it's Alexander's turn.
Yes. All right. So I would like to cast a spell, but I don't know what I can do. Can you help me with that?
Yes.
'Cause,
So...
I don't know if I have like just combat stuff. I can learn a secret about him, but that doesn't really help us.
So invoking a secret about someone can be used for something like intimidation or blackmail as well. Or you can put him at a disadvantage. So like how we had the effect going up to strong or the effect going down. If you learn a secret weakness of his, you would get effect. Or like your whole party would get an effect bonus. So it's more of like a combat buff in that sense.
If I learn a secret about one of the others, is it just him and some other guy, or has he still got that swordsman as well?
No, the barbarian's the only one left. All the rest are
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I learn some kind of secret about him then?
Yeah,
Minor
for sure.
secret? Is there any way I could learn something about him that would, I hope, like, pacify him? Like, I don't know. I don't want to go as far as, like, learn something to mind control him, because that sounds OP as hell, but down that kind of vein, where we can just, like, take him to the prison?
So, if you're doing tier 1, you can learn a minor secret, like, maybe, like names only his friends know him by, or, like, stuff like that might throw him off guard. At tier 2, you could actually, like, learn something about his past that could really mess with him. And then, at tier 3, you could probably find a secret that even he doesn't know about, so... Depends how much stress you want to spend on your invoke for this spell.
Okay, so... I think this is still kind of a learning time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use tier 3 spell.
Okay,
I want to know everything there is to know about this guy.
Okay, so we're gonna gain 3 stress on your stress wheel, and then you're gonna roll an invoke.
Stress wheel. Okay, 3 stress, and then invoke.
And you'll get a
Action
+1
roll,
on your
default,
invoke.
Default modifier +1 roll. Okay.
Yeah, a mixed. Okay, no, that's good. And that was at tier 3 though, so even if it's slightly less effective, it's still gonna be good. Okay, so the deep secret. Okay, so you probe his secrets through your magical, prowess, and you're able to know that, this barbarian was actually on the run. The knight that you killed was, his confidant, in the fact that there's an uprising planned for the Horse Lords, and this barbarian here was going to be one of the main warriors in that uprising that's going to happen. It's a secret that he's kept very well. Like, no one should know about it beside him and his confidant. So,
So him and that guy we killed were going to try and overthrow the Horse Lords?
yeah, the Horse Lords.
Okay.
They're part of a larger group. The secret doesn't give you a lot of information on the larger group, but just that there is an uprising happening against the Horse Lords. And he doesn't
Okay.
think anyone knows about this.
Okay. So I guess just I'm going to use that and I'm going to say to him, let us help you take down the Horse Lords. Or join us and we will help take down the Horse Lords.
Ooh.
Interesting.
A
He is,
human minion.
He is stunned by this. I'm gonna remove his moves for this turn. As he contemplates this new position, he's gonna stop raging.
Do we know anything else about these Horse Lords? Or is that you have to learn about the world kind of thing?
You all don't
Okay.
know about it yet, but you do know there's a lot of wars being raged in this area, so it's probably related to one of them. But yeah, no, he's actually going to. He's still holding onto his axes, and he's still facing down the monsters, but he seems to be less inclined to fight at the moment. And he's already lost his moves because of all the stuff you guys have done, so we're back up to Slizik.
Cool.
He's willing to listen. And an interesting note about this that you would take as your knowledgeable secret self is the fact that he understood you.
Right.
I mean, I'm not so great at the talking thing.
No, yeah, that's fair. You can hold turn as well if you want, if you think someone else would be better for talking.
Yeah, do you know what? I'll hold my turn. I can come back in with try and put him to sleep again if things don't work out so well. But if you guys want to try and convince him, go for it.
The best I can do is banter.
Oh, banter's good though. Yeah, what's a banter?
I have
one?
one in banter.
Works too, though.
Yeah, sleep's also not a bad option because he is not raging right now, so he'd have a less chance of.
Right, but can we hire adventurers to actually protect our base?
Neutral parties are allowed to be mercenaries. Basically, you could hire them as mercenaries for your dungeon.
Okay.
Yes.
And if he understood that would mean he's a neutral. Because neutrals are the only ones who can understand both light and dark, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's like so we do want to be attemptively be nice, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we could always use some muscle, and it's always fun getting to raid. I'm always good for eating some horses.
Okay.
I don't know, horse lord, that's all I know.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I would. Oh, does that still count as exploiting your prey? It kind of does.
Does it?
I don't
could
know.
bump my thing up.
Yeah, you know
You're-
what? Put up
Well,
your
you're
effect.
the GM.
Yeah, put up your effect on this banter
Nice.
because you're still kind of not quite in a calm state yet. So or I
Okay.
assume you wouldn't be like relaxed while this guy's still holding weapons in front.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Then I guess I'll roll, and we're gonna hope that okay.
No.
No! And things go as poorly as they could have. No!
He's just glaring you down. You're feeling a bit intimidated by this barbarian here.
Well, maybe Alexander is better at talking than me.
I like that Slizzik's in the back there, like prepping that sleep spell.
Backup plan.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Listen, I tried.
What would you like to try, Alexander?
So I think we got to keep kind of pushing down this. Like, he's probably still open to negotiation. But I'm not much of a banterer. Oh, wait. Trick? Is that something that is something I can do verbally?
Trick is something you can
Manipulate
do.
somebody. Okay.
Also keep in mind, you can use Invoke as a tier 1 mistruth to start messing with people too.
Invoke is a tier 1 mistruth.
Yeah, use your secrets
Oh.
and mastery of words to do a, a white lie, basically, if you want to.
Okay.
Because all your magic's
Alright.
based off, like, speech and secrets, so it makes sense.
Right. That makes sense. Alright, so I'm going to invoke this and try and sway him again. I think.
Excellent.
Default. Okay, roll.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
Excellent. He,
Ooh.
okay, so
yeah.
Why did it do
Um,
mixed particles that time? It didn't
Yeah,
do
that
that
was-
before.
Yeah, I know. That was weird for me.
oh yeah, I don't know. There's some dice config somewhere where I made that happen on 6s.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so I'll be like, we have seen your fate. Join us and we will take down the Horse Lords.
The
Considering
lie is we've seen her face.
he hasn't been able to do much to you yet upon entering your chamber, he does take the stance that you are all pretty powerful monsters. Let's see.
Oh.
He rolled a success on a 0 roll. Okay, he's going to stop his combat with you, but he isn't quite convinced. He's just gonna hear you out.
Is he putting his weapon away then?
Yeah, he sheathes his weapons at his sides. Or sheaves, I mean, like, hangs them on.
Yeah.
Excellent. So this barbarian's willing to hear you out. He goes to speak about how the Horse Lords are subjugating the like a lot of the barbarian tribes and even some of the human villages in the area, and they need to be dealt with. But he wasn't a fan of the fact that the dwarves were fighting the war with the Horse Lords, and they don't really want to be under dwarven rule either. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will say to him, the will of Malawi has delivered you to our sanctum. We will aid you in your quest to overthrow the Horse Lords and the dwarves. If you only join us.
We're awesome.
He wants to know if you just want him, and the rest of his tribe can go free, do their own thing.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. For your assistance, we will help you. The others don't have to continue serving us after the fact.
Okie doke. Obviously, they'll have the choice to be hired as mercenaries later if they want to, but
Yeah,
Okay.
they want.
okay, excellent. He agrees. He will. He is willing to share some information on the Horse Lords to help you out as well.
Cool.
Yay!
Brute. Excellent. Well, that was an interesting way for this to go that I wasn't expecting. God, he's considered really strong, but also really stupid in terms of his stats. So
Perfect.
just a heads up.
That's all I need him for.
Yeah.
Excellent. He's gonna start off bloodied because he did just fight his way through that whole dungeon.
Well, hey, he can
excellent.
go wash up his wounds in the bathing room now.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent. And I will set that all up after. Cool. So you have all succeeded in the section here. Sorry, I just made a minion version of his token. I haven't put the token in there yet, though. The downtime, a lot of your guards and stuff will slowly recover. They'll be able to, lick their wounds kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But since they're spending their time recovering from bloodied, they won't be able to do other downtime actions. Which is fair, because you don't really have a lot of stuff set up at the moment anyway. For you all, you can do downtime actions such as, like, spending gold to build another room. If you don't have any gold, you can ask your minions your imps to excavate, which is a random roll on what they might find. Or you can also do downtime actions like studying, or hiring mercenaries, or like any side things like that. Making potions is a downtime action if you want to attempt a tier 1 potion.
That would be fun.
Yeah. So just let me know what downtime action you want to try for this downtime.
These are individual.
Yes, individual. Each of you get a downtime action. You can also use your downtime to relieve stress as an option as well.
Oh yeah, I might need to do that.
Which is basically relaxing in your chambers, or based on your revelry. So like yours, for example, is craving. Going to eat some meat, or even the dead humans that died in your dungeon would be a good way to relieve stress.
Oh yeah, it'd be fun to go swim down and get the one out of the water, because eating prey when it's in the water is better than anything.
Excellent.
Oh, do we get to loot their stuff? Because I remember you said that they left their bags back at the guard post to go through the crawl space.
Nope,
Don't you tell me I'm colliding with a wall. It won't let me. Okay, there we go.
It's a little weird of all way. Yeah. So if you loot the stuff at the guard post, you are actually able to each earn 1 gold on your character sheets.
Yay!
Ooh.
Seems they had a lot of supplies. They were planning to go quite a ways.
Nice.
Excellent.
How much stress do I get to relieve?
If you're spending your downtime doing your revelry, you can remove all your stress.
Oh, yay! Wait, no, undo that. How do I make it 0? Nope.
There should be a little button at the top left. Yeah.
There we go. I reset it. Yay.
It won't let you fit through there.
I can't.
Oh, you can't fit. You're trapped forever. They actually. Oh. Yeah, there you go. It's actually just as hard as you'd expect it to be. Beautiful. And now you're trapped again. Oh, never mind. You made it through.
Broom.
Do you have to move like 1 more down to be on
So, yeah.
That's so funny. We should have made the wider hallways for you to get there.
Yeah, these need to be double wide.
Yeah. I'm sorry, a lot of the rooms are big enough too. Okie dokie. So is Slissa's taking a bath to relieve stress, or are they gonna do a potion?
Oh yeah, I was thinking I want to try and make a potion.
Okay.
lean on my shaman background a little bit.
Okie dokie. Boop-a-doop-a-doo.
Guess I should.
Where-
Maybe I'll make my potion in my sanctum here.
That sounds good. Where is my fancy table? I have a fancy table of potions somewhere in here. Random tables. There they are. Potions. Perfect. Okay. So I need to roll 2d6. 26. Okay. Let's see. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh, that's a weird potion. Okay. So, you make a potion that, hold on, I think I might have this potion already put together, too. Yes. So you have a potion that, while you're making it, screams at you. It's called a Shrieker potion. So when you throw it, it makes a loud screaming sound.
Ooh.
That's that's an interesting one.
Use it for some psychological torture whenever we get prisoners.
Yay!
Throw it in the torture room, make them freak out.
Oh yeah, feel free to pick a room too. Like if you want this room. Oh, I can do an S. If I can do an S, there we go.
I don't remember which one was mine. Was it this? I think it was this one, wasn't it?
You can pick any of them, but we can do that one. A B.
Well, remember, gotta put Mr. Snickerdoodle has to be in my room.
No, that's fair.
Or he's a pampered little princess.
Yeah. We'll put Tart Milady over here. Cool. Excellent. And the last step of this is to wrap up and give you all... Oh, wait, no, Alexander, what did you do on the downtime?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be just meditating over my Home of Secrets. Relieve some stress, I think.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, I just woke up.
Oh, no!
I'm so sorry, I thought today was Friday.
No, that's fair.
I was like, I just want to sleep in.
We're just actually wrapping up at the moment.
Oh,
we're doing downtime actions, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll just send you the I was gonna say I'll just send you the video of this after, and then you can see how the dungeon stuff works. Because this tutorial was just basically dungeon building in downtime. So no, that's fine.
I'm so sorry.
So you would relieve your stress from studying your tome, and
how much does that reduce it by?
It reduces it to 0 because that's your revelry is basically worshiping. So
oh, cool,
excellent. So that's
Feel
good.
Awful.
It happens. But I'm just trying to think. What else? Yeah, we just have to. Well, I mean, you did show up though before the end, so you technically get the experience for being here. You just don't get that bonus experience for being on time. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's the only. Hey, I mean, it's fine as long as you don't mind like watching the video after the fact just to see how the dungeon stuff goes. It's not too.
Yeah, of course, I don't mind.
Yeah,
I just
it's
feel
not too
awful that
complicated.
I've missed it.
It happens.
Try not to worry too much.
Yeah. There's experience. That's what I was looking for. I need to look up what you guys get at the end here. Man, gotta love all these trap things here. Dungeon logic atmosphere. Calamity rolls. Yeah, there's no calamities on your first one, which is nice.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Let me open this up. More for the overworld experience. Okay. Let's see. You made progress toward your master plan. Because I should bring that up. The first stage of any master plan is building the horde. Like, basically establishing your dungeon, building your horde. Once you have a bit of a horde going, then we can start developing the master plan. Like, what your final goals are going to be with your dungeon. Maybe it's world conquest. Maybe it's just, like, a ritual that's going to do something to the world, or things like that. But the first step is always, like, building the horde so you have the resources. So you made progress toward that. There wasn't any jumping scenes. Acted like a monster. So that's 2 already. You used your gear and talents in a creative way. That was actually pretty interesting the way you guys did that. Anything there. So that's 3 additional experience for this. Yeah, okay. 3. So you each get 3 experience for this then, on your main experience track.
Nice.
Excellent, excellent. And with that, I think that's everything for this session then. I don't know if... See, so would everybody want to do a session on the 28th? Because that's, like, right in the middle of, like, Christmas break, so...
Fine by me.
I mean, that probably works.
Yeah, like
I don't have anything planned as far as I know.
Yeah, I think I'm good for that date.
Okay.
Yeah, if anything changes, I'll let the group know as early as I can, I guess, but I think that should be fine.
Okey-doke. Well, let me say goodbye to YouTube, and then we can discuss that stuff. It was a good session. Thanks for building your dungeon out. It's much different than the other party's dungeon. I kind of like that you all took a different method. And those of you watching on YouTube can see both.
Sorry, how many experience did we earn this session?
3 experience this session.
Oh, I'm up to a full Wicked XP.
Excellent, excellent.
Where do I do that?
Yeah, I'll go through that after the fact. But see you all later. Have a good evening, or whatever time of day it is, I guess, when the video goes up. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.